Hey guys, Ponage here. It's part 2 for the drifting tutorial. Now we have this Nova from the part 1, and now I'm gonna teach you how to drift. Teach you a couple techniques. Okay, so you shouldn't have to learn on Kaido. Kaido is sort of an advanced track. I had to learn on it. I didn't like it, but that's just how I learned. You should learn on something easier. I don't know what though. No, Top Gear. I like Top Gear. This will be a good track. There's really nothing real bad about it. And yeah, it's an average temperature. It's not going to really affect your drifting. Okay, so when I want you to first do donuts, not this crap that doesn't help you whatsoever, but try and do them wide out. Well, you don't have to do them here. You can go out to the wider section. Just use your throttle to control your donut. And I have my settings changed because I used to play on the PS3. And I'm used to like the X button for PlayStation to be gas, so I have A. So it's a constant floor for me, so it's a little bit more difficult. So here, let me show you. So you can see my gas. Red's gas. I guess pinkish is brake. Bright green is e-brake. There's a couple different ways you can get into the drift. What you really want to do is, if you're just starting out, use the e-brake. So here, let me find it. Let me turn around. So when you're about to approach the corner, you just tap the e-brake enough to break the tires loose, and then you use your throttle from there. And you can ride the e-brake to get the drift perfect. And there's other ways to start the drift as well. There's another way to start the drift called a power slide. What you do is you point inward. Well, I think it's, I don't know how to, I forget what it is. I think it's called the Swedish flick or something like that. Something weird. But what you do is when you approach the corner, you turn sharply outward and then sharply inward, and then spike on the gas. I think that's easy. Well, no. Yeah, you just turn sharply outward and then sharply inward and hit the gas, and it should break your tires loose. This is what I usually do on Kaido. I just flick it and get it in and out of the corner, start chaining them. And as a rule of thumb, you basically lower gears, tighter corners, bigger gears, bigger corners. So don't try and do like a gigantic corner like Maple Valley in second gear. It ain't gonna work unless you got a tune for that. So what I usually do is, like, you can shift down in a drift, but you can't shift up in a drift. It's weird like that. But I'll try and show you that to you. But when you shift up in a drift, when you shift up, your RPMs drop, and sometimes if your car doesn't have enough power and torque, you can't, like, it'll start hooking up again and you can't hold the drift. See, I had a little bit of trouble there trying to get it loose again. But this car's got plenty of power, so if you do upgrade it all the way, it'll be a little bit difficult, but you should still be able to pull it out. Yeah, if you don't really judge the corner correctly, you can give it enough throttle or ride the e-brake through the corner. So another thing you can practice is transitions. I think this track's got a good transition over here, up on this far end. I'm pretty sure it's up here. Yeah. I get this thing off so I can see. Yeah, this is a good transition. Just practice this and try to stay in between the white lines. And it's tricky too because you gotta shift up a gear. The first corners you have to be on a lower gear to be able to hold them. And this last part of the corner you have to be on a little bit of a higher gear to get it all the way through. And I think that's all I really need to tell you. You're not going to be able to learn right away. I think that's what most people expect. It still takes practice. Like the way I first figured this out is instead of using negative camber, I used positive camber, like ridiculous 4 degrees. So if you want to start off doing that, you can start off using positive 4 degrees or 5 degrees, whatever you want. So you can just get that and just keep on doing it. Just go and test drive and keep doing laps and just lower it by 1 or 2 each time until you get down to into the negatives. You don't need to be too deep in the negatives, but that's where you need to be basically. Because people that drift positive get crapped on a lot. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but you go on an all-wheel drive drift lobby, people bash on you ridiculous amounts. Like, it's not even funny. Like, I honestly don't care if that's how you drift. That's how you drift. It's like drag racing. If one of those people that use old muscle cars and just floor it all the way, like in real life, good for you. But if you want the real times, then you have to start slip clutching and all that. You shouldn't be bashed for wanting a better score. But yeah, that's basically it. If you haven't seen part 1 on how to tune, check that out. I'm out.